My stepmom won't let me see my stepsister after my dad passed. I, 14-year-old male, haven't seen my stepsister, 11 to 12-year-old female, in just under 2 years. My dad got married to my stepmom around 7 years ago. I lived with my mum for most of the time, only seeing my dad every other weekend. I liked my younger stepsister and stepmum. My old brother didn't care for my stepmum. And over the years, I started to see more and more buck in my stepmum. My dad got cancer, I think around 3.5 years ago. He still did the chores, and my stepmom didn't help much. He died 8 days after his birthday in May 2022. The change was bad. Me and my brother took some of our stuff from our room every couple days to my mum's. When I was cleaning my room, my stepsister was scared that we would get separated when I left. I promised her we would always be brother and sister, and I believed it. That didn't happen. My stepmom took a lot of stuff she had no right to and left. She didn't like me, as I wasn't normal or social and was hyperactive. But when she gradually ghosted me, I was so mad. I stuffed it back in my brain, and now hate myself for not trying harder to keep in contact, crying in my pillow more than once. It's been almost 2 years since then, and I can't cry about it anymore. Haven't for over a year, and it pains me.
Depressed girlfriend wants me to have sex with her while she cries. My partner has depression and anxiety. In the winter she becomes visibly depressed, like she is so consumed in negative thoughts that there is a storm cloud surrounding her, and she's not really present in the same room. Her eyes are blank and half open, and her usually bright skin becomes pale and dry, and she just kind of flops lifelessly on the couch after work and stares into the abyss with tears in her eyes. I am happy to cuddle with her and support her during her depression and anxiety moments. However, we are having a problem because she really wants to have sex while in these depressive states so that she can feel something and have comfort and affection. When we cuddle, she'll just kind of grab at my crotch and then kiss me and abruptly initiate sex. But I really do not feel comfortable having sex with her when she is so vulnerable, sometimes in tears, and doesn't seem fully present. I am used to enthusiastic consent and an eager partner, so someone that's just kind of flopped on the couch half awake that is using sex to feel something and not connect to me doesn't feel right. I just can't get into it as it's hard to connect with someone who isn't fully there. She's getting upset and feels rejected and said she wants sex and not getting it is making her depression worse, and she feels like we aren't dating right now. But I just can't get into it while she is so visibly struggling. And she doesn't really have energy for foreplay to help get me in the mood. She is saying she wants to, and we have like 1.5 more months of winter, which is likely how long this will last. But I'm having a really hard time feeling sexually towards her. I kind of feel like a caretaker right now. Does anyone have any advice on how to handle this, or commiserate? TLDR. Girlfriend in depressed episode wants some to have sex while she cries, but it feels morally wrong and I can't get into it. Worried about my girlfriend's relationship with her stepbrother. Me and my GF got together 3 years ago in college and moved in together 8 months ago. Talking about her family, her biological father died in a car accident when she was just 2 years old. 4 years later, her mother remarried a man who have a son 1 year younger than my GF. She has a great relationship with her stepfather and is especially very close to her stepbrother because they were both little children when they met and have grown up together. She is very affectionate to him and vice versa, and I always found it quite endearing before we moved together. He works close to where we live and visits our apartment usually once a month. When he comes, I have noticed unusual physical intimacy between them, like extended very tight hugs, hand-holding, cuddling in sofa when watching the TV, etc. I have found it quite uncomfortable, but haven't talked it to her in order to not sound weird. Last night we were just casually talking in bed about various things when the topic turned to families. I said to her that it is great that she has a wonderful relationship with her stepfather and brother, despite not being biologically related. She laughed and said that she and her brother, Step, has taken enough advantage of the fact that they are not biological siblings. I was very weirded out by this conversation, and I asked her to explain. She just said that they used to fool around a lot, then caught herself mid-sentence and seemed to realize what she said. She immediately changed the subject and went down, saying that she forgot to do laundry. I did not talk anything else and went to sleep. Today, she was acting normally and went to her job. I am working from home, but just cannot focus at all considering how strange last night's talk was. Would they have had any illicit relations? I really want to be wrong in this, but how would I talk to her about this without making it all sound disgusting?